Hello, my name is Holly, and welcome to my channel. I am a psychic medium, and let's see what messages come up today. So, thank you first and foremost for being here. Thank you so much for being here, and the wonderful, lovely, supportive comments. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Um, I hope my microphone is working today. We'll see. So I'm still kind of new with that. I'm new with the whole YouTube thing. Um, and yes, I'm wearing sparkles. I don't know if you can tell. It's shimmering a little. Um, I don't know about you guys, but I have not been sleeping well. And it's been disrupted sleep and up and down and crazy hours. And um, that's a little bit normal for me anyway. But wow, it's just been ramped up. And so today I thought, I need some sparkles. So why not, huh? You don't have to have a reason. You don't have to have a reason. So I just felt like it was a sparkly kind of day. So, and my motivational mug for the morning, be grateful. I've already had about 3 cups of coffee in that mug, so I am grateful for coffee, and I'm grateful for all of you. All right, let's get into it. Let's see what happens today. What is the message from Spirit to start with today? Oh, and if so inclined, please subscribe and like the videos. That definitely helps the channel, and it brings your energy into it as well. So, but thank you. Just thank you for being here. Thank you. All right. What is the overarching, or what is the dominant message to start with today? Well, I guess I was drawn to wear sparkles for a reason. I've had this sweater for years, and this is the first time I think I've actually worn it. Um, so what I just heard was something that is kind of become almost a phrase that many of us have heard. Don't wait for the special occasion. Okay? Every day is a special occasion. Sounds like a Hallmark card. Come on, Spirit. Um, a little originality there. Thank you, Spirit. But they're right. Oh, okay. So they're saying a new day is dawning, a new day is coming, a new day is on the way. We are still shaking off. What I'm hearing is we are still shaking off the debris of 2023. And, we always think about the heartbreak and what didn't work, whatever, but a lot of things did work. Oh, I just got really dizzy too. And that's not me. All right. Let me finish the statement, and then we'll get into where this is coming from. Wow, didn't expect that. Okay. Uh, 2023 was a year of growth, change. It was sort of an evolutionary year for a lot of us, learning who we are, what we want, what we expect for ourselves. And so we're still kind of shaking some of that off. So the first 2 weeks of January, we may continue to have disrupted sleep patterns. And that's what I'm hearing. So if any of you are experiencing that, hang tight. Just tune in. Please try to meditate. Always try to meditate. And YouTube is great for like a billion, exaggeration there, guided meditations for sleeping, healing, whatever. So anyway, okay, this dizziness. This is coming from somewhere. I'm getting the name Jack. This is a spirit who passed on. But there may also be a Jack who's living who is named after him. I tend to also be a very physical medium, so I process information through my body, which means that sometimes I feel what they felt as a way to identify them. Time of death. I'm hearing impact. All right, Jack, you got to be a little more clear. All right, here's your lesson for today. I didn't know it was going to be a lesson. All right. Jack has not transitioned. He has not moved on. He was not ready to die. He was not ready to go. It caught him off guard. I hear he was he was around 44, the number 4 the last 2 days. I don't know what it is. It keeps coming up over and over again. I'm saying 4-4. I thought it was an age, but it may not be. Okay. No, I think he was turning 44. It was right before birthday, maybe. Okay. This is a man who, it was something cataclysmic. I mean, it was like just boom, fast, over. And then he was kind of standing there looking at himself in spirit form, looking at his body and thinking, what just happened? He was not ready to go. He was not ready to leave his family. He was not ready for any of that. All right, so this is called, okay. When you have a spirit who has not transitioned, like this guy, he wasn't a bad guy. He didn't do anything wrong. Jack, hang on. Don't go anywhere. We got to move him on. He is coming through because he wants to move on. He's ready now. I'm getting this happened at least 15 to 17 years ago, maybe 17 years ago. Or no. Oh man, I'm getting it now. Sometimes it all gets jumbled up and then sorts out. I think this did happen actually closer to about 10 years ago, but there is the number 17 is important because I know, I'm all over the place. There's a 17-year-old son named after him who was left behind, and that's why he didn't want to go. Where are you, Jack? I'm hearing Arkansas. And thank you for all of you who are watching from other countries. I am so touched by that. But this guy's from Arkansas in the southern part of the United States. Okay. And he's saying yes, yes, yes. Okay. So what we're going to do really quickly, and then I'll explain it all. We're going to do it right now, right here with all of you. We're going to help transition a spirit. And I'll explain all of it afterwards. There's a little bit to explain. So I'm going to talk through it as we do this. Thank you, Jack, for being patient. He was, okay, that's unusual for someone to linger who, okay. We'll talk about it after. All right. Open the gateway, please. So be just a second. It's going to go fast because he's ready to go. Oh, 2 others over here who are ready to. They've been waiting. Okay. It's time. It's time. Oh. Okay. I will. I will tell them. Go on. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. I knew that would be fast. When he went through, what he wanted me to tell everyone and his family was to explain the process here, what happened, and not to think ill of him because I think he was actually like not full time, but he actually was a pastor at a small church he had formed. I know you always think zoop, right on, right? No, he was so taken aback by the fact that he left what he felt like was early and he felt abandoned um, by his spirituality. And he didn't want to leave his son when in fact he now realizes and what he wants me to communicate is that he can do more on the other side to help those who are left behind. I think he also has a 25-year-old in his world when he was living I don't know that it's an older son or it might be a stepson. Nephew. But it felt like close family. Who may be struggling with some addiction issues or potential addiction issues, and he realizes he can do more to help him. Since he's already passed, he can do more from the other side. He just creates a drain when he's still in his human essence as an unresolved or earthbound spirit. A lot of people say earthbound. I say unresolved because they haven't resolved into their best possible selves in the light. So that was Jack. The two others that showed up very often when crossing work happens, which is also called, I call it deathwalking. A lot of people call it deathwalking. We walk a fine line in between the living and the dead. In shamanic work, it's called psychopomp work. That word just sounds kind of scary, creepy, and it means nothing to me. And it actually has a Latin origin. The word psycho and pomp mean anyway. So that one, if it works for you, good for you. Just fist bump. Okay, good for you. Doesn't work for me. I consider it death walking, and that's my primary purpose in this life. And we'll talk about the process too. The other two who came and showed up, they had been around for a very long time. It was a parent and a child. No, it was a grandparent and a child. I think they passed at the same time. But they did and children can stay behind too. It's a fallacy to think they can't. Everyone has free will. But they both moved on when they saw the opportunity and they knew someone was coming through that would be crossed. They came in at the same time and kind of, again, piggybacking and mediumship. There's another video about that that I made earlier. I don't remember what it was called now. But anyway, so they all transitioned in. Now, how this works, how crossing or death walking works. And not everybody chooses to do this kind of work. And not everybody, I think, is supposed to do this work. It's incredibly rewarding, but it can be a 24-hour-a-day on-call kind of thing. And you can walk into the gym and somebody follows you out in spirit form. A spirit follows you out. They're everywhere. And new construction, doesn't matter. You can still have a spirit. 100-year-old place, you might still have, So there is no kind of rhyme or reason to that part of it. People with abilities tend to have them collect to them because the spirit can sense their energy is sort of different, and they feel seen. Can you imagine being dead for a long time and no one can communicate with you? You would kind of go a little insane. All right. So it can be gritty work, but the way to do it for those who want to know, because anyone can do this, anyone. All you have to do, you don't even have to know if it's working. If you feel like there is an entity or an uncrossed spirit in your realm, presence, whatever, your home, office, doesn't matter. This is what I always teach, and this is what works for me. You can open the gateway, and that's what it's called. I used to call it a portal, and then one of my guides said, it's actually a gateway. A portal is something else. So I'm like, okay. So the gateway is basically the light. When people talk about the tunnel of light, it's not a tunnel as far as I see, and that's not what I went into when I had my near-death experience in the car accident. It was just a brilliant light that was sort of bam, there. And so that is the gateway. That light is real. The light that you cross into to go to the other side, whether you want to call it nirvana, heaven, Valhalla, I don't care, but it's the other side. And that's the purity of light, pure love, pure connection. That is real. I can promise you that. You can choose not to go into it, free will, but eventually, it might take 100 years. It may take 2 weeks, but eventually everybody ends up in it. But when you do death walking, or if you need to cross a spirit and you don't know anyone to do it on your behalf, then all you have to do is say, open the gateway, please. And you're talking to one of the guides, guardians, someone from the other side that is, they have the key kind of thing. Just say a prayer, pray to your higher power, and just say, please, all that is, please God, please Goddess, whatever please Allah, please Buddha, please whatever. Please open the gateway. Okay. For me, it always opens up on this side. And this is where I receive information as well. So it always opens up on this side for me. Other people, it might open in front of them, behind them, over their heads, it doesn't matter. But I always let Spirit know I want the gateway to open in a specific spot every time, so I feel it and I know it. And when that opens, it feels different. And sometimes the room will even get a little brighter. I had my eyes closed, so I don't know what happened. And I'm trying to say this really fast. Anyway, when the gateway opens, then just if you are not directly communicating with the spirit involved, then just state, I call on the angels to please, or I call on Archangel Michael is a powerhouse. Michael is a powerhouse. This is his forte. This is what he does. He's the bouncer at the club. Okay. That's that's kind of a funny way to put it when you think of Archangel Michael or Michael as a bouncer, but hey, anyway, so, I don't know why I think that's so funny, but anyway, so just call on him to bring him through, or to bring them through, and then you'll trust that it happens, and let them know. Most of the time, oh gosh, I still feel kind of dizzy though. So most of the time when spirits see that, they will run into the light. They are so grateful and so happy. And very often there are either loved ones or pets or whomever, or there's just the feeling of love, non-judgmental, thoroughly loving energy coming toward them, that they want that, and now they're ready to go. The ones that I get that are a little tricky to deal with, those are the ones that you might need intervention with. That's what I do, but I don't think a lot of people cross those paths. Okay, most people don't even have the unresolved earthbound spirits come through. Most people, quite frankly, just have relatives, friends, or curious people who maybe lived in that neighborhood 50 years ago who are just kind of saying, hey, just visiting, want to see how you're doing, and so that's important to learn how to start trusting your gut, trusting your vibes, trusting the energy. And if it feels like there's a little too many of the negative human emotions, which could be anxiety, grief, fear, whatever. It doesn't have to be like mad. And as far as, it's a demon. No, it's generally not. No, probably not. It's just, think of someone who hasn't been seen or heard in a very long time, and they know they're dead and they can't communicate. They're just a little whacked out, So, there are some dark energies, but they're humans who have chosen to be that way, in my experience. And some of them can be corrupted to the point that it gets really scary. That's my job. That's where I step in, and people who do the work I do. Now, but for the most part, anyone can do this. All you have to do is call down the light, ask for the gateway to be opened. Ask for your home to be flooded with the light of the other side, and to sweep out any energies, ties, cords in all directions of time that need to be moved into the light. With love, just with love, okay? And then trust that it's happened. Thank them, thank Spirit, and thank the spirits for moving on, and then just go about your day and see if it feels different. Don't stress about it and focus on it. Continually. And please do not play with Ouija boards. They're not what you think they are. Some of you, it is what you think it is, and it's not good. You're opening doors you really may not be able to close. Okay? And you do what you want to do, if you want to do it, but I'm just telling you, from a whole lot of experience with this and this kind of work, I don't see them as anything positive or good. Okay? And there's a lot of trickery involved with those things. All right. Moving on. All right, so that's your Deathwalking 101. Yay! I know that was really fast. If you have questions, let me know and I can address those for everybody in another video. I try to, I'm not going to be able to go into a lengthy explanation per person, but if it's something that somebody has a question about, I will definitely try to address it in a video and label it as such. Okay. If one person has a question, then most other people do too. All right. So 20 minutes. I'm going to let this go a little bit longer. We're going to do one more thing. And the dizziness, it's gone. So I think there were two things going on. It was Jack when he came through, who's now all good. So don't worry about that. But then, and that also had something to do with his passing, how he passed. But I didn't want to focus on that because there was just too much to do in the moment. But then it happened after the crossing because I think it's also connected to a living person who is having some way serious anxiety to the point of a panic attack. Just take a breath, catch your breath, and tell yourself, I'm okay. Everything is all right. I am surrounded and I am protected and I am loved by my guides and my guardians, and call in your protectorate and take a deep breath. Okay. And I will say this over and over again. So if you hear it a lot from now on, just understand if you have a negative thought or something come through, and I'm starting to get a little bit of that feeling again, just to break the energy, just snap your fingers or clap your hands or go push them out. And if people are looking at you, just go, it's like you're talking with your hands. People don't know what you're doing. But it's like, okay. And then they don't have to know that in your head, you're saying, no, I reject that. Whatever negative thought you're having about yourself. I do this all the time because I am the ultimate worrywart. And so, just no, I reject that. And then immediately plant something positive in its place. I can do this. I'm good. I'm fine. I will always be fine. I'm good. Okay. All right. Just a little tip. I hope that didn't make like a big crashing sound when I did that. All right. We're going to pull one card. That is not where I expected that video to go. Aha. Intuition and manifestation. So intuition and manifestation, that goes into that, like where you just say, no, I reject that. And then you say, I can do this. I can do this. And then add whatever it is you want to do. And worst case scenario, if it doesn't happen the first time, you just do it again. All right. So real quickly, this deck, I know I'm talking a mile a minute because I'm trying to get a lot in. So this deck is another Sandra Ann Taylor deck. I really like Sandra Ann Taylor. Her decks get a little intense, and you have to really work with them. But I just kind of do it my own way, and it works for me. The Quantum Oracle. So her deck that I'm using right now is called the Quantum Oracle, and it is a Sandra Ann Taylor deck. All right. Now, as you know, I'm not good at my shuffling, and this is a big old deck. I might have to just cut these. Should have taken that top one. Something said take the top one. So come back around. Show me what I need to pull. Oh, okay. No, that one. One more. Do I have one more coming in? What's on the top? Optimism. I love that card too. I love that one so much. Optimism. And on the back, present power. So you have the power within you. I like both of those. Oh, this is lovely. Okay, so this is the theme. How wonderful is this? It is kindred partnership. And there's a lighthouse in the background. I love lighthouses. I just love water. At some point, I think I need to move to be closer to a large body of water. But But right now, I'm here, and that's okay. Kindred partnership. All right, Spirit, what do you want me to tell everybody about this card? I mean, there are a lot of obvious things. Everybody, you can clearly take what is yours in this. For the collective, for the majority of people, or even if it's just for a few, a group, because not everything can be for everybody. What is the message that you have for me? Because this is our last message of the day. Oh, someone's life's getting ready to change big time. Oh, and it's exciting that present power and optimism with kindred partnership. That's almost like a twin flame kind of soulmate kind of connection. And I know that's overused, and I don't think, take it for what it is. I mean, that could be a child, a friend, parent, whatever. But in this instance, this feels like a romantic partnership and a romantic connection, but I don't think it's happened yet. So let me just hear what they're saying. Everyone deserves companionship. Everyone deserves connection. Be patient. It's on the way. It's going to be a couple of months. Again, we're in that weird, like, now between now and March. Like 2.5, that would be about, 2.5, well, a little more than 2.5 months, almost 3, but it's before then, by February. So there's someone that someone is longing for, but be realistic with yourself, and that connection is what I'm hearing. Where is it? What is it doing for you? Is it making you a better person? Is it making that person a better person? Or is it making both of you just miserable? And I'm hearing karmic connection. So sometimes people come into our lives for a short period of time. Sometimes they come in to teach lessons. And I had more lessons in 2023 with interpersonal kind of relationship issues than, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that turmoil or that kind of hurt. And I have a feeling someone else is in the same, we're rowing oars in the same boat. Okay. But I'm good. You're good. It's all about growth. Something, and I actually see the word February. So February is going to be a big month for changes in the interpersonal lives of a group of us. And I think I'm included in that. Hey, yay! That's fun. That's something to look forward to. So no more trial and error is what I heard. I don't think trial and error is fair. I mean, there was definitely some trial and error, but there was also genuine love. February, interesting. Be prepared. And you're not going to have to do a thing. It's going to come to you. I know, I'm sorry, my phone angle and the camera, it's weird. I always look like I'm cross-eyed, I think, in the videos. But, guys, I'm still working on it. It's a learning curve. You're not going to have to do a thing for this. Okay? Yeah. You're not going to have to do one single thing. It's divinely orchestrated, and you're going to cross paths in a way that makes sense. Okay? You don't have to go out searching and looking. They're saying the time of searching and looking and working and stressing, that's over. Step back and allow spirit to do the work for you. Ask them, but always ask them. That's important. Okay? Ask them. So let's do it now, and you can do it with me. Spirit, please intervene. Guides, guardians, Angelic realm, please, Mother and Father God, intervene in my life in all ways and in all directions of time. Bring to me the people that I'm supposed to be with for our highest and best good, but in loving, compassionate relationships in all areas of our lives, or in all areas of my life, our lives, as a collective, too, because we're all saying this. Remove those who do not have our best intentions at heart. Remove them with grace and love. Heal them in whatever way needs to be healed. Heal us in whatever way needs to be healed. And I ask for protection for all of us on this journey. I do understand that everyone has free will and they can choose not to follow the nudge or the inspiration or the guidance of spirit. But if that happens, I trust that spirit will intervene and bring the right people to all of us in the right timing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. Thank you for being here. I love this, and I love all of you. I love your spirit. I love your soul. And with the greatest of gratitude, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens tomorrow. And if you get through the whole video, thank you. I think I saw somewhere in my analytics that people only get through like 6 to 10 minutes. A lot happens after that. So thank you. All right. So clicker time. All right. Bye, everybody. Have a great day. And know that you are surrounded, you are never alone, and you are very loved. Bye, everybody.